Passing the 4 red lights come on, we wait for them to go out, they go away now. It's a good start from Corey Stainer off the front row of the grid. Who's going to lead down towards the first corner? Harvey Claridge has got the inside line and takes the lead very well. So Harvey Claridge leads the way from Corey Stainer. Third place is Callum Beach. Fourth is Jeremy Knight by the looks of things. What a surprise there. Jeremy Knight got an absolute belter of a start. Casey O'Gorman into 5th place. Brodie Crockford and Scott Ogden unfortunately have gone backwards off the start. They're down, languishing in and amongst the latter points paying positions within this race so far. But it is Harvey Claridge with the whole shot on that opening lap there, Andy.
Yes, indeed. It's how many laps is this race?
It's I believe an 18 lap race, this one. High number of laps.
Wow, 18 laps around here must be trying, I would say, to say the least.
Indeed. So Harvey Claridge leads the way then from Corey Stainer in second place. We've got someone who's gone off at the final corner. That's Holly Harris again. That's a real shame. She's had a tough weekend. She hasn't finished a single race this weekend. Bike dramas throughout all of the 3 races, and it looks to be exactly the same here as well, I'm afraid. So a real shame there for Holly. She won't finish any of the 3 races unless she can manage to get herself back in and amongst contention. Meanwhile, out in the front in the lead of this race is now Corey Stainer. He has hit the front whilst that drama was occurring at the final corner. Means Harvey Claridge is now down into P2. Callum Beach in P3, Casey O'Gorman's got himself up into P4, whilst Jeremy Knight, Scott Ogden and Cameron Hall are battling over position number 5 as well. So 3 riders all battling for the same piece of tarmac. Ogden's got a good exit out onto the back straight, trying to get himself ahead of Jeremy Knight. Knight opts for the inside line, and he's also having to defend is Ogden from Cameron Hall behind. And don't forget about just at the trio, at the back of that little trio, is Brodie Crockford as well on the number 55. We know he likes the changeable conditions, does Brodie. Will he be able to launch a move at any point? But Corey Stainer comes across the timing line once again. Everybody making it very cleanly through the final corner there, Andy. And side-by-side racing between Cameron Hall and Jeremy Knight in towards the first corner for 6th position. So Jeremy Knight's lost out to Scott Ogden. He's up into P5. And now he's going to lose out to Cameron Hall as well.
Yeah, we can just see there Casey Gorman's just he's in a bit of a race of his own here. He's a bit of a gap developed there to the front 3, and then he's pulling away from the ones behind him as well, but he just seems to be closing that gap ever so slightly to the front 3. So I think this could be a close battle, or a race for 4 on our hands here very shortly.
Indeed, we know that Casey's very quick in the mid stages of the race. He'd delightfully be able to take a victory if he would be able to do so. I have to say, I love Holly Harris's determination. She pulled into the pit lane on her broken Metro kit, and she's gone back out again on Harvey Claridge's spare bike, which is why there are 2 very similar looking Nova Chemical machines out on track. Holly is on the number 15 bike on Harvey Claridge's spare machine. Into the final corner she goes, and I have to say that's a very brave move of her as well.
Fastest lap there for Casey Gorman, 36 flat, .060, and that is very, very close to Corey Stainer's lap time of 36.071. So absolutely fractions between the 2 of them speed wise.
Yes, indeed, but Harvey Claridge still trying to get himself in and amongst the mix. He was a couple of tenths of a lap slower than Corey Stainer on that last lap as they go down the back straight. They're absolutely flying away out there, but will Casey O'Gorman be able to try and get himself up into the podium position? It looks like the rain is trying to come down once again. There's a yellow flag at the final corner just as a precautionary measure, I believe, because it's so slippery there. We've seen quite a few riders go down over the last couple of races, and it does indeed look like the rain is going to once again return here at Red Lodge.
Well, this could fall into the hands of Casey Gorman when we were sitting thinking that the wet tyre could be a bit of an off choice, but you never know.
No, you certainly do not. It's a gamble that looks like it may pay off if the rain does indeed come down in a heavy intensity. But Corey Stainer still leads the way from the second place man of Harvey Claridge. Claridge, who dominated the mid and early parts of this season, now not looking to be able to do so. We've got a red flag as well, I'm afraid. So we've got a red flag because there is a rider down at the final corner, so that is going to be an end to the running for the time being with this MiniGP50 race. It's Finn Smart who dropped his bike at the final corner. It was stuck on the racing line. All the riders asked to slow it down, and I think it's because there's just a bit of grease and water on that final corner there, Andy.